All right. I just completely wasted my fucking time trying to get a coffee. So let's get to these phone numbers.
The number you are calling cannot receive incoming calls. This is a recording.
Okay, that's not what I dialed.
You have reached the Ministry of Children, Community and Social Services, Lawrence Heights, Ontario Disability Support Program, located at 786 Lawrence Avenue West. For service in English, please press 1 or remain. Information about the Ontario Disability Support Program is available on
This is something that goes back 8 months. I'm trying to get paid.
For our office hours, address,
Don't tell me to try working for these people.
For check delivery information, please press 2. To find out about the Interactive Voice Response System, or IVR, please press 3. To request a repair to your mobility device, please press 4. Are you applying for the Ontario Disability Support Program? There are 3 ways you can apply: online, in person, or over the phone. The online application is available 24 hours a day in English and French at www.ontario.ca/social assistance. To speak to someone about making an application, please press 0 and someone will assist you.
Okay.
If your call is urgent and you'd like to speak to an administrative support clerk, please also press 0 or remain on the line.
So for everything, just stay on the line. 8 months I'm trying to get money out of these people. Oh, niggers don't work and they hang out, so you can't pay them. You're gonna pay me, motherfucker.
Thank you for calling your Lawrence Heights, Ontario Disability Support Program.
I don't live anywhere near Lawrence,
All of
man.
our attendants are currently helping other clients. Please stay on the line and your call will be answered in sequence. Thank you.
I should be sipping on a fucking coffee, but the goddamn thing exploded. How the fuck that happens?
Thank you for calling your Lawrence Heights, Ontario Disability Support Program office. All of our attendants are currently helping other clients. Please stay on the line and your call will be answered in sequence. Thank you.
The nice thing I found out today, the officer claiming I threatened him didn't claim so for about 7 fucking weeks after I met him, and is now claiming I threatened him with 2 officers that have never met him testifying about it, when those 2 officers initially said I threatened them. 2 totally different days, officers that have never met each other, right?
Thank you for calling your Lawrence Heights, Ontario Disability Support Program office. All of our attendants are currently helping other clients. Please stay on the line and your call will be answered in sequence. Thank you.
Fuck, man. Everything hitting the fucking floor, eh? Ah, for fuck's sakes. Fuck. It's one goddamn thing after another today. It's not my first phone call to this office. So I can only call them in the afternoon. And in the afternoons, they refuse to answer phones because they're caught up in handing out paper checks. Who's getting a fucking check on the 7th of the month? That they can, none of them can answer a fucking phone. And my phone just fucking hung up. I'm calling legal aid next. Battery low. Motherfucker, I just unplugged you. 289 number, that's not real. Fuck. There we go.
Thank you for calling the Legal Aid Ontario client service line. Please note that we accept collect calls.
Really?
For service in English, press 1. Merci d'avoir appelé Aide Juridique Ontario. Please note that you may be asked questions about Aboriginal identity and race. The collection of this personal information is authorized under Ontario's Anti-Racism Act. Legal Aid Ontario is collecting and using this information so we can serve you better and work to improve access to justice for all communities. Your personal information will be kept confidential and you do not have to...
Not privileged.
Legal Aid Ontario will not withhold any program, service, or benefit if you choose not to provide this information. You can also request to withdraw your consent or change this information at any time. If you are calling for the first time or are calling regarding a new matter, press 1. If you are calling about an existing certificate or application or a matter for which you are receiving other LAO services, press 2. If you know the extension number of the person you wish to reach, press 3. Please note that you may be asked questions about Aboriginal identity and race. The collection of this personal information is authorized under Ontario's Anti-Racism Act. Legal Aid Ontario is collecting and using this information so we can serve you better and work to improve access to justice for all communities. Your personal information will be kept confidential and you do not have to answer these questions. Legal Aid Ontario will not withhold any program, service, or benefit if you choose not to provide this information. You can also request to withdraw your consent or change this information at any time. If you are calling for the first time or are calling regarding a new matter, press 1. If you are calling... Legal Aid Ontario helps low-income individuals and vulnerable clients get legal assistance through a broad range of services. If you have a family or criminal law matter before the court within the next 24 hours, you can also speak to a legal aid duty counsel lawyer at the courthouse where you are scheduled to appear. In order to ensure that you are directed to the correct resource, we need to ask you a few questions. If mental health or an addiction issue may have an influence in your case, press 1. If you are experiencing domestic abuse, press 2.
I would say 1.
If you are Aboriginal or wish to identify as a member of an Indigenous community from within North America, such as First Nation, Métis, or Inuit, or for information on why you should tell us if you are First Nation, Métis, or Inuit, press 3.
3.
If you are a member of the Anishinaabe Aski Nation, Treaty Number 5 or 9, press 1. If you would like to identify as a member of an Indigenous community from within North America, such as First Nation, Métis, or Inuit, press 2. For more information on why you should tell us if you are First Nation, Métis, or Inuit,
I wasn't listening.
if you are experiencing domestic abuse, press 1. If mental health or an addiction issue may have an influence in your case, press 2. If you are calling about a legal issue such as divorce, we are currently experiencing high call volume, and you may experience longer than normal wait times. We appreciate your patience. Please have your legal documents available, as well as a pen and paper ready to take information. Your call may be recorded for quality assurance purposes. Please hold for the next available representative. All of our representatives are currently busy. Please stay on the line, and your call will be answered by the next available representative.
This is enough to make me fucking hang up, eh? So I'm just wasting my time today with everything, apparently. That was not 10 rolling papers, I'm sure of it. Like, seriously? Things I'm not touching are falling on the floor all fucking day, eh? Well, I lost half of them somehow.
All of our representatives are currently busy. Please stay on the line, and your call will be answered by the next available representative.
Fuck, I got a bunch over here. Eleven minutes. Oh, what did I just do? Motherfucker. Is there something fucking physically wrong with my hands today? Like, swear to God, it's fucked up today.
our representatives are currently busy. Please stay on the line, and your call will be answered by the next available representative.
Oh, fuck? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Not that I care, but... Disclosure is confidential information. That's not privilege, that's confidential. The contents are not to be published, distributed, or shared with anyone but your lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. I don't have to abide by that. I never swore nothing to this court to say I would keep anything confidential. You may use these materials for the purpose of making full answer and defense only. In my culture, I have to share this with all my people for them to know if I'm guilty or not. So these rules don't make no sense. There's a DVD. There's another DVD. Published September 10th. Published September 10th. Here's the problem. I was arrested September 11th. They had this all worked out the day before I got arrested, apparently. "19 minutes. All right, that's not working.
Hello?
Hey, Paul, it's Richard Vanden Kerkhoff. So, I'm having a hard time getting through to the legal aid number. But it's not so much frustrating. I've been sick for 3 weeks, basically because of what the cops did to me. I got so sick, I'm not able to go get my property and do all these other things I got to do. They gave me disclosure, but for the For the assault police charges, it's only partial disclosure. It's listing an officer that wasn't there as who I threatened, and it's listed the date that they generated this paperwork as a day and a half before I got arrested. So there's like a lot of inconsistencies in this. Basically, what they started off saying doesn't match what they're saying in the disclosure. You'll be able to beat this easy, man. I'm sure of it. If I can get it, you are so close to that, to the south and to that warehouse. I've been so sick, I didn't want to get on the bus. I'll try it this week if I can get the cash up to go down there, man. That's not a problem. Well, if I'd been able to get through to legal aid, you'd have got this directly today. But and there's two DVDs. I don't know what's on them. They're probably from the store. It's all good. There's a pattern of harassment here. There's a pattern of harassment. The officer, they're saying Oh, I'm sorry, bro. You got to tell me that when you first answer, bro. All right, I'll let you go. I'll let you go. So the only person answering my phone calls is the one person not getting paid to, and he's busy as fuck. I don't know how I'm supposed to get these people paid and get my money out of these people. It's all a fucking joke. So stay on the fucking floor. I saw an old white man wearing a blue bandana on his neck, and I saw a beggar with a Raptors 15 jersey on. That made my day today. Simple things make my day. So yes, if the police know you have a disability, they will do everything they can to make you so sick you can't fight your court case. I can't travel physically to go fucking pick up my property. And just coincidentally, in my case, my lawyer's located in the same neighborhood. I'm supposed to bring this disclosure to him because he wasn't at court today because he's not getting paid to be at court today. And they just gave me an extra trip to make because they delayed me, made me so sick I can't even stay on the phone 20 minutes. The only noticeable improvement is this courtroom I was in today. The last time I was in, they had the air vents taped off and the whole court full to capacity. You know how fucking weak that made me? Motherfuckers, they do that shit on purpose. They traversed me to the wrong courtroom 3 fucking times in a row, so I'd have to keep going back to this fucking taped off courtroom. This officer claiming I threatened him wasn't there the day I got charged with threatening 2 different police officers. There's 2 counts because there's 2 officers. His story is about a totally different day. The paperwork was generated the day before I was arrested. The paperwork of me being arrested was generated the day before I was arrested. And this same cop that's saying I threatened him is the one that wrote me a trespassing ticket for trying to get into the hospital. There's also remarks in here about my drug use, but it doesn't specify what drugs I'm using or how they know I'm using drugs. On the one hand, they're saying they just met me, and on the other hand, they're saying they know me. They're claiming I threatened this man with, oh, I'll still be out here 10 years from now. You better blah, blah, blah. Here's the problem. I'm not going to live another 10 fucking years. Why would I say that? I would have said I've been banging 25 years. You ain't going to make your pension like I did. That's the shit I say. Where does this 10-year thing come from? Only 10 years in my life is a 10 years weapons ban that expired years ago that pops up now as a lifetime weapons ban. That's interesting. I didn't agree to no lifetime's weapons ban. That makes the conviction invalid. All these half full bottles. Oh, shit. The one nice thing is I'm not nearly as sick as I have been. Oh, and when I say they put me in a courtroom over and over with the air vents taped off, it's inherent. Since my name starts with a V, I will be the last one in court. It will be me and some kid named Wong will always be the last ones in court. So I get to sit there all fucking day in the low oxygen environment. They know what they're doing. It's kind of funny though. All these people that work at the courthouse used to always try and give me attitude and act like they were bigger than me. Some of them have seen me in there longer than they've been there, and they've seen the people that had their jobs before them are gone now, and I'm still here. So when the security guard says empty your pockets, and I say you empty your pockets, they don't say nothing. When the crown attorney says he has disclosure for me, and I say up it puppet, he don't say nothing. The judge don't say nothing. So I really don't give a crap about all these people's opinions of me. I never have.
Most small businesses conduct some sort of online business. E-commerce, online bookings, and other important online activity is vital to keeping a small business alive. While it may not be in the budget to hire a freelance web developer, in today's digital landscape, there are so many self-building small business websites at your fingertips. From choosing your domain name to syncing your social media accounts, website builders are easy to use and come in many different price points. WordPress is a great platform for beginners with over 350 applicable templates available. Shopify is also hugely popular if you're creating an online store. No matter what you choose, know that an intuitive and well-built website will help your small business profit.
Comda.com is the GTA's leading source for promotional products, helping small businesses grow for over 46 years. The right stuff, on time, every time. If you're buying anywhere else, you're paying too much.
680 News Time, 2:18.
On the federal campaign trail today, as the party leaders get ready for an English language debate later tonight, only two of the front runners had public appearances this morning. Liberal leader Justin Trudeau had a photo op with teachers, while his conservative leader Andrew Scheer announcing free admission at national museums. If he's elected, Scheer says that scrapping those fees will make it easier for families to learn about Canada's history and make the trips more affordable.
Like Ottawa itself, these incredible institutions belong to every Canadian. The stories they tell and the collections they preserve, they live through to us. They reflect who we are as Canadians, our past, our present, and our future.
And the Parliamentary Budget Office estimates the move could cost the government about $21 million a year. Well, Pope Francis has opened a meeting of bishops to chart new ways to better minister the indigenous communities of South America.
The Pope told Catholic bishops to respect the history, culture, and style of good living of the people of the Amazonian rainforest. Francis said he'd heard a joking complaint from someone about the feathered headdress worn by an Amazon indigenous person inside the Vatican. What's the difference between that and the berettas worn by some of the cardinals, the Pope asked. The Pope made the comments as the 3-week-long synod or bishops' gathering got underway here at the Vatican on Monday. The gathering is the first of its kind at the Vatican, which concentrates on an ecosystem. Megan Williams, ABC News, Rome.
And it was a record opener for Joker.
Can you introduce me as Joker? Whether pre-release controversy helped or hurt it, Joaquin Phoenix's R-rated turn as the iconic Batman villain Joker opened with $93.5 million. That's a record October debut, easily topping last year's $80 million opening for Venom.
The Yeti on my roof.
The animated family film Abominable slips from first to second at week 2 with $12 million. The King and Queen are coming to town. Downton Abbey drops from second to third. Christopher Watson, ABC News.
60 seconds from now, look at traffic and your extended forecast.
680 News Time, 2:20.
It's to Toronto. To the early
It's not page 5, that's page 3.
to the go-getters.
These people can't do paperwork for the life of them, man.
The trendsetters, and the people that believe. Here's to downtown, midtown, and uptown. Here's to those that work hard every day. Here's to the many that never accept second best. Make us.
Catch all the excitement of your favorite slots and table games at Casino Woodbine. Sign up for a free One Rewards membership today, and you could be eligible to get your first $250 on us. Need a lift? We got a new Toronto shuttle bus routes that will take you right to our front doors. Must be 19 plus. Rewards membership required. If you gamble, play smart. Casino Woodbine. Toronto's home for gaming and entertainment.
680 News Time, 2:21.
Time now for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Kerry Prunskis.
This report is brought to you by Lexus of Oakville.
You misspell words, you put things on the wrong pages.
The collectors, MTO reporting the central lane blocked with a stalled vehicle, and traffic spotters are telling me that just past that, there's a collision just before Mavis blocking the right lane. So right now, the westbound 401, first off, it's busy with volume from the 404 to Bayview and the Express, and from Bayview to Avenue Road and the collectors. Now it's really jammed westbound 401 as you approach the 410 and the collectors right through to Cure, Ontario. Eastbound on the 401, delays from Mississauga Road to Mavis, and again from Kipling to Weston, Express and collectors. Watch out for some tire debris eastbound 401, just east of White's in the transfer to collector. It was reported in the right lane. MTO tells me they're still on the way to pick that up. Southbound on the 404 Don Valley Parkway, expect delays from South of Finch onto the 401 ramps. And the westbound Gardner is getting busy from York to west of Strawn. Just a minor delay on the westbound QEW as you pass the Ford plant. Northbound Don Valley Parkway, that's heavy from Don Mills to north of Lawrence. But if you're traveling the eastbound QEW and the eastbound Gardner, both those routes are moving well. Northbound 410 looks good heading into Brampton as well. Now at Lexus of Oakville, lease a 2020 NX300 signature package from $178 bi-weekly at 1.9% with a $3,500 delivery credit. See lexusofoakville.ca. And now with the extended forecast, here's Jill Taylor.
No weather concerns for us this week. Overall, plenty of sunshine. Yeah, a bit more cloud today, but we'll get rid of that. The guaranteed high, 18 degrees, the southwest wind for tonight. Mainly clear at 7, sunny 17 tomorrow, and sunshine breezy for Wednesday, the high 16. For today, the guaranteed high, 18. Right now in downtown Toronto, it's cloudy, 18 degrees. Same conditions at Pearson Airport.
To the bottom of the hour, Bloor Viaduct reopening of traffic now after a 5-hour-plus protest stalled any vehicle traffic on the bridge, left thousands detouring today, and, well, a lot of people upset. Several arrests were made. We'll have the very latest coming up at 2:30.
680 News Time, 2:23.
Roofs from the list, water being sorted out the furnace, the radiator too.
Sometimes life happens, and you need quick emergency money at a great rate to make it all go away.
If you need money in a hurry, borrowwithyourcar.com. Get money quick, just one click. Borrowwithyourcar.com.
So when you need money fast, up to $30,000, you can apply online or call 416-634-2020. 634-2020.
Borrowwithyourcar.com.
680 News. We know when.
And we guarantee it.
If we're off by more than 3 degrees, we'll announce a lucky winner of our growing cash jackpot.
Now, get more chances to win each month at Vacation Better from Sunwing.
Enter in October for your chance.
Male was verbally aggressive towards me and belligerent, misspelled, called me names, and at one point threatened me by saying,
Be sure to soak up the sun on one of Antigua's most spectacular beach runs.
Enter the 680
you better get my cross your or
680news.com.
wait up because I'll still be on the street in 10 years. Okay, well, here's the problem with that. I ain't gonna live 10 years. I ain't gonna live 10 fucking years. The name on the fucking screen says suicide. Hey, hello, moron.
On August the 10th, now a resident noticed the sick animal and delivered it to the Toronto Wildlife Center for treatment, but the bat died. Subsequent testing, though, revealed it did have the disease. It's
Ooh.
the third bat in that region to test positive for rabies in the past year.
Nice.
Coming up in 60 seconds, markets are moving, well, in both directions today. We'll have details coming up.
680 News Time, 2:25.
The Well, Toronto's most exclusive new community, sets the stage for incredible experiences. A unique mix of shops, restaurants, fresh food markets, workspaces, and residences. Located on Wellington, this luxury boutique condo rises 14 stories and overlooks a new grand promenade below. Fridel's signature series.
Let's see. You can go back through my videos, and I made a point of commenting that I met a cop I liked. On that same day, this man saying I threatened him. That's fucking hilarious. I did like you till you made up your story, bro.
Technology before bed.
And there's an hour between me showing up and let me see here.
Right now, get it for an amazing price during the Sealy Upgrade Sale at Sleep Country. Plus, get a hot buy Sealy Optimum Pillow Top Queen mattress.
11:09 to 11. So there's 40 minutes between when I show up at the station and when I say this. When I show up at the station, there's 40 minutes in between when he wrote it down.
680 News Time, 2:26.
Time now for the 680 News Business Report. We're going to go live down to the Business Center with Chris McCusker. Chris, the markets are kind of moving all over the place.
But that's not when I got charged with threatening officers. I didn't get charged with threatening officers until so.
Ahead of the resumption of U.S.-China trade talks later on this week, White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow raising expectations for those trade talks.
This was coincidentally published on the 10th. I got arrested on the 11th, and then I was charged. This was already released as disclosure, and I was not charged on the date that I got arrested for allegedly threatening 2 police officers.
You see, under the current domestic U.S. political environment, that there are any parties that are going to look to put concessions on the table. From the Chinese perspective, they didn't trust the president to begin with. They are very much seeing in this impeachment environment vulnerability, and I do believe that the outright request by the president to intervene in U.S. elections for the 2020 cycle does leave the president and the U.S. vulnerable in this negotiation. So I guess time will tell on that. The Dow right now is higher by 3, 26,577. The S&P down by half a point, 2,951. And the Nasdaq up by 2 to 7,984. Shares in Netflix right now higher by 0.8%, 274.96. After Evercore slashed its stock price target, the analyst essentially says questions about the company's business model are mounting ahead of the arrival of several new streaming services, Apple TV, Disney Plus, which will create serious competition. On this side of the border, the TSX right now is down by 16,444. Pretty big weight coming from the gold stocks, with gold down by $15. $14.97. Oil was looking at a decent gain. Now it's off by 7 cents, 52.74 a barrel. And the Canadian dollar right now is down by 100. 75.11 cents US. At the Business Center, I'm Chris McCusker.
Interac is always innovating and evolving to help more Canadian business owners thrive. We help coffee shops, burger joints, yoga instructors, convenience stores, music teachers, and a whole lot more. Pay, get paid, and move your business forward like never before. Interac, innovating for you. Learn more at interac.ca.
Audi DNA is in everything we do, including our passion for progress. In 1938,
There's gonna be commercials the next 2 fucking minutes, eh?
by performing the first ever crash test. Make your own change with the Fall for Audi sales event on now. Visit your GTA Audi dealer today for exclusive offers. For limited time,
So in case you didn't catch it, what this means is they still have more disclosure to give me. There is no proceeding until they give me the rest of the disclosure.
Visit Audi.ca/GTA to book your test drive.
And taking a look now at your business travelers forecast. If you're heading out to Vancouver today, some rain and 14 degrees. In the nation's capital, expecting some rain and 16. In Halifax, a chance of some rain and 21. It's not looking much different if you're heading out to New York City. Scattered rain and 26. Chicago, though, things are looking brighter. Sunshine and 20. In Los Angeles, plenty of sunshine and 29. And in San Francisco, sunny and 24 degrees. Right now in downtown Toronto, we've got mostly cloudy skies and a temperature of 18. 680 News is CFTR AM Toronto. You can listen 3, 4, 5 times a day and always be in the know. I'm Steve Roberts. Have yourself a great afternoon. It's 2:30.
Number 1 for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
Here are James Monroe and Laura Carney. Good afternoon. This is Monday, October 7th.
Here's what's making news right now.
Local police say they have witnesses in video that show a 16-year-old boy was intentionally killed by an SUV in East York this morning.
We pissed somebody off.
Turns into a sit-in on the floor viaduct with about a dozen people arrested.
The city of Toronto using kids to fight vaccine hesitancy.
So if there's somewhere else with that serious, you won't catch it.
The stakes are high as federal party leaders.
How the fuck does a kid know anything about epidemiology and virology and shit? That's bullshit.
Maple Leafs continue the homestand tonight. Kyle Lowry.
You tell a kid you're gonna give him a disease so he doesn't get the disease, he's gonna say that doesn't make sense. And then you tell him you're putting poisons in with it for no good reason, and he's gonna say that really don't make sense.
Time for traffic and weather together. On the ones, here's Carrie Prunskis. This report is brought to you by Leon's Furniture. Westbound on the 401, you'll find it busy from the 404 to Bayview and the Express, and a delay from Bayview to Avenue Road and the Collectors. A little bit busy as you head through Kipling as well, but then it's jammed westbound 401 from approaching the 410 to Huron, Ontario in the Collectors. That's where the center lane is blocked, all due to a stalled vehicle. Eastbound on the 401, that's busy from Mississauga Road to Mavis, then delays from just past the 427 to Weston, Express and Collectors. Southbound on the 404 Don Valley Parkway, that gets busy as you approach Shepherd onto the 401 ramps, but the southbound BVP, that's moving well from the 401 all the way down to the Gardner. Westbound on the Gardner, now seeing delays from Jarvis to west of Strawn, and the westbound QEW is starting to slow as you head through here, Ontario. Bunches up a little bit by the Ford plant as well. Eastbound QEW Gardner, no problems there. Northbound on the Don Valley Parkway, delays on and off from approaching Don Mills to north of
Oh
Lawrence.
shit.
It's Leon's Save the Tax sale. Save the tax on all furniture, mattresses, and more. Even on sale prices. Limited time and soon. See leons.ca for details. And now with the forecast, here's Jill Taylor.
Above average temperatures today, southwest wind to about 30 kilometers per hour. The guaranteed high 18 degrees. For tonight, mainly clear and 7. For today, the guaranteed high 18.
It is overcast in downtown Toronto, 18 degrees at Pearson. 680 News Time, 2:32.
Toronto police say a 16-year-old hit and killed by an SUV in East York early this morning was targeted, and homicide has taken over the investigation. The crash happening near Woodbine and Cosburn around 2 a.m.
Here's 6 Cities Moment Qureshi.
When this first happened
2
this
a.m.
morning, there was indications it was not accidental when the 16-year-old was struck and killed by an SUV. Now, Toronto police say they have spoken to witnesses and have video which backs up the theory that this appears to have been done intentionally. Goldie says he was actually out walking his dog around 2 in the morning when he was approached by that SUV just moments before the incident.
And the passenger asked me if I see a young boy running around in the area. I said no. And they used some obscene language and say that they think I broke into their vehicle and left the door open. They leave my effing car door open. That's what exact words they said.
Police are now looking for that SUV and the two people they believe were inside. I'm Moment Qureshi.
680 News Time, 2:33. They shut down the Bloor Street Viaduct for hours. Environmental activists wanting to show that major disruptions are inevitable if society fails to act on climate change. 680's Irene Precklin has more.
They chanted, they sang, and for hours blocked the Bloor Viaduct with a sit-in as part of the global effort to push for action on climate change. But then police moved in to break up the peaceful protest, arresting those taking part in the sit-in, including Becky.
I feel proud. Yeah, I want to set an example for my friends and family and to be brave because it's going to take a change to fix these problems that we've created. So I'm willing to get arrested.
Those taking part say not enough is being done to fight climate change and that dire consequences are not far off. On the Bloor Viaduct, I'm Irene Precklin.
680 News Time, 2:35. The city's launched a new public education campaign aimed at promoting vaccines. 680's Mark Douglas joins us live with the latest on the Kids Talk vaccines. Mark. Okay, we will check back with Mark in a moment.
680 News Time, 2:35. Federal party leaders are doing their final preparations in the lead up to tonight's final English leaders debate of the election. It's being held across the river from Parliament Hill at 7 p.m. We will be live streaming the debate at 680news.com. We get a preview now with our Parliament Hill reporter Cormac McSweeney.
It's been a light day on the campaign schedule for leaders as they get ready for this key political fight. With 6 leaders on stage, it will be tough to stand out, and each will be trying to hit that delicate balance of knocking down their opponents and convincing you they're up for the job for Prime Minister. Barry McLaughlin with Transform Leaders tells us, coming off a weak performance in the French debate, this is the Conservative leader's chance to prove voters.
Andrew Scheer really does have a lot riding on this. He's kind of an up-and-down campaign. He needs a win here.
McLaughlin says even a tie would be a win for Liberal leader Justin Trudeau, while the Green Party's Elizabeth May and the NDP's Jagmeet Singh have to prove their merit to grab the progressive vote. The wild cards will be the Bloc leader and the People's Party leader Maxime Bernier, who will keep Andrew Scheer distracted on the right side of the political spectrum. In such a tight race nationally, everyone will be looking for that little edge to vault them ahead of the competition. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
680 News Time, 2:36. Police in York Region were swamped with calls about kids who didn't show up for class this morning and what they suspect is linked to the CUPE strike that was averted. They say some parents who kept their children home in anticipation of the strike never called schools to let them know.
Because there's nobody to take the call.
Arrival program which contacts police if a child doesn't show up to class and their parents can't be reached. Police had to send officers out looking for 9 kids by noon, with each call requiring 2 officers.
680 News Time. 2:37. We now
Keep them busy.
Mark Douglas with the latest on this new campaign launched by the city, all about vaccines. Mark.
And Laura, Toronto Public Health wants to fight what officials call vaccine hesitancy in parents. They're launching a citywide ad campaign to do it, with videos for billboards and social media. In the videos, the kids spread the word about how vaccines will stop the spread of disease.
Based on what?
You need to know what sickness is, and so if there's nowhere else around you with that sickness, you won't catch it.
Medical officer.
That's not how it works, kid.
Says there are more and more parents choosing to exempt their kids from vaccinations based on philosophical or religious reasons. When the city's Board of Health met recently on the idea of taking away those exemptions, there was an outcry from a small...
There is no such exemption because there is no such thing as a mandatory vaccine in Canada, not even in the Canadian Forces. It don't exist.
And I don't think it's exclusively around
around having kids engage with their parents. This is a public education campaign. It is meant for a broad range of audiences, which include parents and caregivers.
Now, DeVilla later told me the kids in the videos are from families with a relationship with public health, but a communications staffer from public health then told me in an email all the kids in the videos come from parents who are City of Toronto employees. From City Hall, I'm Mark Douglas.
Every single kid, their parents work for the city. Yeah, that's not biased.
Business editor Chris McCusker.
Statistics Canada says in 2018, women in their core working years earned 13.3% less per hour than men, but that did show a 5.5 percentage point improvement over the past 20 years. The report says in 2018, female employees between the ages of 25 to 54 earned $26.92 an hour, about $4 less than men. That means women earn roughly 87 cents for every dollar earned by men, up by 81 cents in 1998. The two largest factors explaining the remaining gap were the distribution of women and men across industries, as well as the overrepresentation of women in part-time work. At the Business Center, I'm Chris McCusker. Coming up at 2:41, traffic and weather together on the ones.
6 News Talk 239.
Remember the last time you voted for Justin Trudeau? This time, go to your local gas station first. Think about how much more his national carbon tax will cost you. Here, you'll pay 31 cents a liter more, or your gas meter, $469 a year more. Everything will cost more, $1,151 more a household, or the ATM.
Alberta Premier Jason Kenney is a fucking moron. He says, quote, somehow this is all supposed to be in the name of the environment, but hundreds of cars are now idling unnecessarily as they wait. Turn them off, stupid.
City streets, emergency crews are heading to a crash northbound Bayview approaching Pottery Road. Traffic is getting jammed from north of Bloor, and eastbound Lawrence is backed up from Midland to Burnley due to single-lane construction. Now, the 680 News gas price update. Info predicts the price of gas will not change at midnight, holding at $1.16.9 a liter at most GTA stations.
6 News Talk 240.
Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK. This is Sarah. How can I help?
Can you help me get my yard cleaned up? I've got junk piled everywhere.
Sure, we can do that.
What if quitting time comes and they're not quite done?
We work until midnight, 7 days a week.
Can you come right now?
We can be there in 90 minutes.
Can I mark this down as spring cleaning for next year?
We bring the springtime with us.
Wow.
When you want it to feel like springtime, call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
We can make it springtime anytime. Jessica knows coffee, like the difference between Arabica and Robusta. Arabica's the better piece, and she's opened 5 coffee shops that use only the best. But Jessica wants to open more, all across the country. That's why she chose CIBC Business Banking. She has access to industry experts and business tools. Hopefully, her next location's near me because that's a good cup of Joe, Jess. Boost your business with the bank that knows business. Visit CIBC.com/business to learn more. 6 News Time 241.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Carrie Prunskis. This report is brought to you by Canada Post Corporation. Laura, you mentioned that crash on Bayview approaching Pottery Road northbound. And it looks like the right lane is blocked with this collision. Emergency crews are there, tow truck as well. And I'm just watching this now southbound on Bayview, south of Pottery Road. Looks like police are now blocking the left lane. So heavier traffic going northbound on Bayview. It's jammed from just north of Bloor to approaching Pottery Road. If you're taking the northbound Don Valley Parkway, that's filling in from Bayview Bloor to north of Lawrence. Westbound on the 401, busy from the 404 to Bayview, mainly in the express lanes. After that, a bit of a delay from Yonge to Avenue in the collectors. Then it's heavy westbound 401 from Islington in the express to west of Kipling. And good news, problems westbound 401 at Huron, Ontario in the collectors. MTO says they've cleared, but it's backed up again on the westbound 401 as you approach the 410 to Huron, Ontario in the collectors. Eastbound on the 401, that's busy from Mississauga Road to Mavis. Another delay east of the 427 to about the 400 express and collectors. And you'll find the southbound 404 busy approaching Shepherd onto the 401 ramps. Westbound on the Gardner, that's heavy approaching Jarvis to west of Strawn. And the northbound 427 starting to fill in through Bloor and the express. And again, as you approach Finch. Free Shipping Tuesdays is back. Canada Post Solutions for small business members can ship one package for free every Tuesday in October. Get the promo at canadapost.ca/shipfree. And now with the forecast, here's Jill Taylor.
A pretty quiet weather week, high pressure in charge. Our guaranteed high today, 18 degrees, a southwest wind. For tonight, mainly clear and 7, sunshine, 17 tomorrow. For today, the guaranteed high, 18.
Cloudy skies in downtown Toronto, 18 at Pearson, 680 News, time 2:43.
Now, the 680 News, Mark a minute live from the Business Center. Good afternoon, Richard Summer.
Hey, Laura, very good afternoon to you and to all. We have a very flat trade, as we say here so far this afternoon, in that the main indices aren't moving an awful lot, although we're starting to see a bit more downward pressure on the big board. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 45 points right now, still just a little bit less than 0.2%. S&P 500 down just 2 points. The Nasdaq falls 11. At the quarter of Canadian Day, the TSX is lower by 24 points, trading down to 16,425. But those stocks on the move higher, mind you. We're looking at some strength for the Secure Energy from
I cuss out everybody.
Great Canadian life, but of course more stocks falling than rising here this afternoon. Gold's down $16, 1,496 US dollars an ounce, and the Canadian dollar down to 75.11 cents US. This is 680 News.
Do we make doors? Absolutely. Hi, this is Tom Rokiki of Inline Fiberglass Windows and Now Doors. That's right, Inline now produces high-performance all-fiberglass entrance and swing doors. Our low-maintenance doors also come with fiberglass frames to give you beauty, security, and durability, just like our windows. You can't find this exclusive combination anywhere else. For more information about our windows and now doors, visit us at our factory direct showroom or at inlinefiberglass.com.
Hi, I'm Adam, founder of NewBorrow.com, and I started our company after I got fed up with the mortgage loan process. Turns out I wasn't alone. Thousands of homeowners wanted help.
They went above and beyond to help me get a line of credit. It was amazing service.
They treated me like a valued client and performed anyone I spoke to. Want to lower your mortgage payments and save a little money?
Use your home to get a loan with NewBorrow. Visit NewBorrow.com. License 13115.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
Cloudy and 18 degrees. Good afternoon from the 680 News Broadcast Center in downtown Toronto. I'm Laura Carney.
And I'm James Monroe. Here's what's making news right now.
Toronto police say a 16-year-old hit and killed by an SUV in East York early this morning was targeted, and homicide has taken over the investigation. The crash happened near Woodbine and Colesburn around 2 a.m. They shut down the 4th Street Viaduct for hours. Environmental activists wanting to show that major disruptions are inevitable if society fails to act on climate change. The busy bridge has since reopened, and federal party leaders are preparing for tonight's English language debate. It starts at 7. We will be live streaming it at 680news.com.
Time now for 680 Sports.
From Sportsnet 590 The Fan, here's Alex Cicero.
And Laura, he is pointless on the season. Also had the stick-throwing incident from Saturday night. Kasperi Kapanen is ready to turn things around.
It's going to stay positive. Sometimes you just go through tough times, and I'm not saying that everyone's been bad, but I think we haven't been at our full potential. At least I know I haven't been. So I just got to pick it up and then play the right way, and good things will start to happen.
Maple Leafs had 5 out of a possible 6 points, and tonight we'll host the St. Louis Blues face-off at 7. Meantime, Raptors have extended Kyle Lowry while keeping their books clean for the summer of 2021. Lowry getting a 1-year extension worth $31 million. Off to playoff baseball, and Zach Greinke just doesn't have it today. He's given up home runs to Ji-Man Choi, Brandon Lau, and Kevin Kiermaier. And right now in the bottom of the 4th inning, it's a must-win for Tampa Bay. They lead Houston 5-1. Still to come, Cardinals and Braves, Dodgers, Nationals, and the later one tonight, Yankees and Twins. Tennis, Vasek Pospisil and Denis Shapovalov won their openers today at the Shanghai Masters. And Week 5 in the NFL ends tonight from Santa Clara, where the Niners host the Browns at 8:15. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
680 News Time, 2:47.
What's taking up space in your office? Printers, servers, old monitors, and desktops? Recycle My Electronics has a dedicated...
Well, this is no way to spend the fucking afternoon, is it?
We certify destruction and provide a comprehensive tracking process so you can feel confident and secure while keeping sustainability front and center. Schedule a pickup today by calling 1-833-NO-E-WASTE. That's 1-833-NO-E-WASTE. Visit recyclemyelectronics.ca. The future is in your hands. Don't let it go to waste. Hey, Mr. Man of his word, you said you would be at the job for 5 a.m., and you were on time, as always. Thank
Thanks to your friends at Mr. Transmission, Canada's only transmission and technology experts. They help keep that old truck on the road. And with Canada's best nationwide warranty, they don't just give you their word, they stand behind it. And there is nothing you like more. Thanks to your friends at Mr. Transmission.
This health report is brought to you by Cold Drops.
One drop for temporary relief of sore throat and nasal congestion. Cold Drops are available at Metro pharmacies near you. This product may not be right for you. Always read and follow the label.
680 News Time 248.
Toronto's police chief is promising to better train its officers to treat people experiencing mental health crises and addiction with compassion.
This is a strategy for the police. This is not for us. This is for police officers.
Launched by the service today. The strategy was developed with the city's police services board, its former mental health subcommittee, and an external advisory panel. Saunders says officers' training will focus on de-escalation techniques, bias-free policing, risk assessment, and mental health and addictions awareness. The Durham Region Health Department is trying to track down anyone who may have come in contact with a rabid bat in Whitby over the summer. The bat was found in a park near the intersection of McQuay Boulevard and Dundas Street West on August 10th. A resident noticed the sick animal and delivered it to the Toronto Wildlife Centre for treatment, but the bat died, and subsequent testing revealed it had the disease. It is the third bat in the region to test positive for rabies this year. 680 News Time 249. This year's Nobel Prize in Medicine.
Does a bat get rabies?
Three scientists for their discovery about how the body adapts to different levels of oxygen.
Sickle
The Nobel
cell.
Assembly says the trio's work could be used to help communities adapt to changing environmental conditions.
For instance, if we start living at a high altitude, we have to adapt to a higher altitude and get more red blood cells, more blood vessels. And also in different disease processes, the regulation of oxygen and with relation to metabolism is very important.
The men's work also has implications in understanding the impacts of low oxygen levels in blood disorders, blinding eye diseases, cancer, diabetes, coronary artery disease, and other conditions.
Oh, they didn't mention sickle cell this time.
Traffic in your extended forecast.
There's an important link between metabolism and blood oxygen levels. And that's why you see me sucking back these all fucking day long.
And yet this year, it seems like the taps are turned off. So, if you've got your mind on something and just need the money to get it done, you can beat the bank. If you own your own home, you're already successful. And shouldn't that be enough? It is at Capital Direct. Call Capital Direct at 1-800-NEW-CAPITAL and get access to your money. CapitalDirect.ca.
Field to Reveal is back, and this time it's better than ever. We're giving away over 100,000 prizes, including free new Fiat 500 cars. Buy any slice and feel a tap for your chance to win. Now, I'm Dominic Fielci, and you to taste the difference.
News Time 251.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Carrie Prunskis. This report is brought to you by IA Securities. Westbound 401, it's busy from the 404 to Bayview Express and Collectors. Another delay as you're approaching Islington and the Express to Dixon. Then it's very heavy from approaching the 410 to Huron-Ontario, but just in the Collectors. Now, MTO had reported some problems that cleared at Huron-Ontario and the Collectors, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're still on the shoulder. It's just out of camera range. So any updates on that appreciated at star 680, because it is fine once you get west of Huron-Ontario. Eastbound on the 401, that's busy as you approach Mississauga Road over to Mavis. Another delay from the 427 to the 400 Express and Collectors. Southbound 404 Don Valley Parkway, that gets busy south of Finch onto the 401 ramps. And if you're heading out of the city on the westbound Gardner, delays are building approaching Jarvis to west of Strawn. Westbound on the QEW, that's getting busy as well from Dixie to west of Cawthron. Drains again as you pass the Ford plant. Northbound on the 427, a minor delay through Bloor and the Express and through Finch. And if you're traveling the northbound Don Valley Parkway, that's heavy from about Bloor to north of Lawrence. On city streets, northbound Bayview approaching Pottery Road, the right lane is blocked with a collision, and traffic is jammed from just north of Bloor. IA Securities advisors don't just build wealth for their clients, they build relationships. Learn more at iasecurities.ca.
And now with the extended forecast, here's Jill Taylor.
No weather concerns for us this week. Overall, plenty of sunshine. Yeah, a bit more cloud today, but we'll get rid of that. The guaranteed high, 18 degrees, the southwest wind. For tonight, mainly clear and 7. Sunny, 17 tomorrow, and sunshine breezy for Wednesday, the high 16. For today, the guaranteed high, 18.
Overcast in downtown Toronto at 18 at Pearson. This extended forecast is brought to you by Cold Drops. One drop for temporary relief of sore throat and nasal congestion. Cold Drops are available at Metro pharmacies near you. This product may not be right for you. Always read and follow the label.
Coming up at 3 o'clock, our Bowman Qureshi will join us with the latest on a 16-year-old murdered in East York. Toronto police say the teen was killed in a targeted hit and run. They're now looking for a dark SUV.
6 at news time, 2:53. Next up in the preschool 2019 spelling bee, we have Sebastian. Sebastian, your word is symmetrical.
Can you use that in a sentence?
The spelunking adventure was made extraordinarily more exhilarating thanks to Subaru's standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive, a transverse transaxle drivetrain system ideal for all-terrain performance.
Symmetrical.
Adventure comes standard at your local Subaru dealer. Hurry in for lease and finance rates with 0.5%. This is the 680 News event calendar.
Experience the splendor of Casa Loma this Thanksgiving season with their Thanksgiving brunch. Sunday, October 13th. Enjoy their annual Thanksgiving meal, served in the stately elegance of Toronto's famous castle. Great for you to explore at your leisure after your meal. Reservations required.
Check out the 680 News events page for more at 680news.com.
680 News Time, 2:54. The GM plant in Oshawa won't reopen anytime soon after contract talks in the U.S. between GM and the United Auto Workers hit an impasse. Here's ABC's Ryan Burrow.
In a letter to union members, United Auto Workers Vice President and Director Terry Dittis says the union's bargaining committee made an offer to General Motors Saturday that addressed wages, signing bonuses, job security, profit sharing, and other issues. Sunday, GM gave a response that the union says did nothing to advance a whole host of issues. The union saying it was disappointed with General Motors and adding that the negotiations have taken a turn for the worse. Monday marks day 22 of the strike. Ryan Burrow, ABC News.
Coming up in 60 seconds, we'll check in with Richard Southern at the 680 Business Center.
680 News Time, 2:55.
When it comes to safety, the Volvo XC90 and XC60 think about everyone in and around the vehicle. With legendary safety features such as city safety collision mitigation and pedestrian detection, and Scandinavian-crafted interiors, they are thoughtfully designed for your commute and back-to-school routine. For a limited time, lease the 2019 Volvo XC90 or XC60 from 2.9% and save up to $4,000. Visit your GTA Volvo retailer or volvocars.ca.
The following is a message from SEIU Healthcare.
My friends, let me tell you what I am doing for the people in healthcare. I cut taxes for the corporations that profit from our healthcare system. I'm also cut funding for the people like personal support workers, so seniors will be left alone longer. My friends, I'm putting rich corporations first and people last.
He might not have said it, but he's doing it. A message from SEIU Healthcare. The people on the front line of care.
680 News Time, 2:56.
Time now for the business report. Here's Richard Southern.
Good afternoon. The man the movie The Big Short was based on says he's found the next market bubble. The whole housing market is propped up by these bad loans. They will fail. And it was Michael Burry. He was the first person to really call and profit from the subprime mortgage crisis. He says he now sees a similar bubble in passive investing. This is passive investing is index funds, exchange-traded funds. He says they're inflating stock and bond prices in a similar way that collateralized debt obligations did for subprime mortgages more than 10 years ago, which of course led to the big financial crisis. Passive investments have now taken over about half of the stock market. According to Bank of America, equity passive investment funds have ballooned to more than $3 trillion in less than 10 years. On the markets right now, we are seeing a bit of red ink as we kick off the new trading week with traders cautious ahead of renewed trade talks between China and the U.S. That's going to take place between those two sides on Thursday in Washington, D.C. We had Bloomberg over the weekend reporting that Chinese officials are increasingly reluctant to agree to a broad trade deal, which is what Trump is looking for. The Dow's down 56 points, weakening as we approach the last hour.
And this is the business report.
The Nasdaq down 15. At the corner of T and Bank, TSX is moving lower
Cannabis stocks in particular for Hexo down 5 1/3% here at $5.13. We have the news on 680.
1/3%.
Departure of the CF.
Bro, this is Canada. You're confusing me. 1/3%. 0.33.
Company reported some disappointing earnings. Price of oil moving on higher today. It's up to
Disappointing earnings.
We're not expecting any change for gasoline prices here in Toronto tonight. Price of gold's down just over $15.
If the company cannot explain what it does to make money, they are not going to pay you a dividend. That's all it comes down to.
The Dow's down 53. As for the Canadian dollar, it's very little change. Up just 1/100 of a cent at 75.13 cents. US, your top stories, everything you need to know, just 60 seconds away. Keep it here on 680 News. The Daily Grand Lottery is $1,000 a day for life. That's right, we said $1,000 on weekdays, holidays, snow days, sick days, Mother's Day, Father's Day, whichever day, because it's every day. Whether you spend your day at the beach or the gym, your desk or the park, on your couch or on the plane, you get $1,000 every day for the rest of your life. And it's not a one-time deal. It's for life.
I know how to do that already.
There are 2 draws every week on Mondays and Thursdays. $3 for each play. Daily Grand Lotto. You
What?
can win $1,000 a day every day for life. At Fast, buying a vehicle is easy. You always get our best price first from our sales reps, meaning no fees and a negotiation-free experience.
Oh shit, you know what I did? One of these cigarettes had a hole in it. I think I smoked it. I guess I didn't notice.
We still have time to solve it. So, how would you drive in? Great, actually. No traffic for once. Learn more about how Fast makes buying a car easier at fastauto.com. From the level to road. Now 680 News, regional weather conditions for Marquee Jewelers. After 46 years, Marquee Jewelers is closing their doors. Get amazing deals on award-winning fine jewelry while supplies last. Don't miss out to Bloor Street west of Yonge.
In Guelph, a few clouds and 16 degrees. It's partly cloudy and 17 degrees in Burlington. Ajax, a few clouds, 17 degrees. In Vaughan, partly cloudy, 17 degrees. In Oakville, a few clouds and 18. Richmond Hill, a few clouds, 17 degrees. And right now downtown, it's mostly cloudy and 18 degrees. This is CFTR 680 News, 680 News time, 3 o'clock.
Knowing all the shit that was up in the air with schools, they sent the police to go after 9 fucking kids that didn't make it to school today.
Here's what's making news this hour.
That is fucked up.
Toronto police believe a 16-year-old was run down and killed by an SUV in East York this morning intentionally.
About a dozen people are led away in handcuffs after a climate change march.
Did the guy say he left his door open or some shit?
Toronto Public Health turns to children to fight vaccine hesitancy. Day done.
Oh, chicken pox.
Houston 5-1. Leafs and Blues tonight from Scotiabank Arena, and the Raptors have rewarded Kyle Lowry, Sports at 15. A new way to consume booze. We're looking at the company that's coming out with edible cocktail pods. Might need a drink after this trading day. The Dow's down 53. This was at 26.
News time, 3:01.
Traffic and weather together all at once. Carrie Constance.
This report is brought to you by Mark Feldstein and Associates. I just spoke with the MTO westbound on the 401 at Hurontario and the Collectors. Apparently the right lane is blocked again because of the stolen vehicle that they had cleared.
Protégez votre papier. Protect your paper.
From the 404 to Bayview Express and Collectors, you'll find another delay on the westbound 401 starting around the 400, alternately Express and Collectors to Dixon. Then it gets jammed approaching the 410 to Hurontario and the Collectors. Again, the right lane is blocked because of a stolen vehicle. And another stolen vehicle eastbound on the 401 on the ramp to northbound Keel. That's taking out the left lane. A busy drive on the eastbound 401 from Mississauga Road to Mavis. Again, from the 427 to the 400 Express and Collectors. Gets a little bit slow as you approach Keel Express and Collectors. And then heading into the Door region, it's backed up on the eastbound 401 from Westney to east of Salem. Southbound on the 404 Don Valley Parkway, that's still going from Finch onto the 401 ramps. And northbound DVP, that's pretty well jammed from Bloor to north of Lawrence. For all your personal and corporate tax accounting needs, call Mark Feldstein and Associates, Chartered Professional Accountant. On tax or online at markfeldstein.ca. And now with the forecast, here's Natasha. It's kind of a blah day today, Natasha.
I know. You gotta go up to like Midland and Alliston to get into this town. But the skies are gradually gonna clear tonight and then get ready for a sun stretch all week long.
So as we clear it tonight, we're down to 7 degrees. Wear a couple of extra layers
7.
in the morning. And
The
then
fuck?
18 degrees and sunshine tomorrow. Light lake breeze up to kilometers per hour. Tonight we're down to low 7 degrees.